Off in the deep end like usual. Niggas swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts. Niggas caught me slipping once, okay, so what?
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy LT back with another video, and today, bro, we got the biggest rivalry probably in NBA history. We talking Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. This saved the NBA from what all of my subscribers said. They said, hey, man, you got to check it out how Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, you know, they saved the league with their rivalry, bro. But I heard that the rivalry doesn't even just stem from Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. I heard it go way back, way before they was even there, you know, like the Lakers and Celtics. Man, but if this is your first time seeing me on your screen or you're a return subscriber, make sure y'all hit that like button, turn your notifications on, and leave a comment letting me know exactly what you guys think of the video, man. Matter of fact, put your all-time favorite team in the comments below, bro, and I'll like and pin the one that, you know, I see first. It might be a bunch of y'all that I see, but the one I see first is the one that I'll pin and let it be known, man. But yeah, if y'all not following me on my other social media platforms, make sure y'all do that, you know. And I got my gaming channel, so if y'all want to talk to me live, bro, anything like that, man, the link will be in the description below, you know, and we'll get into it like that. But, bro, without further ado, let's get into this video. Let's see how they saved the league, you know. Let's see how they saved it. Let me go ahead and make me small again, you know. Boom, like that. Bang. Put me back in there like that. Big action shit. All right. All right, so we're going to see how they saved the league. I heard there's some drama in here. Let's get into it.
It's weird to think that over 40 years ago, the NBA was not the most popular sports league in the United States. In fact, it was far from it. With its rival counterpart, the ABA, giving it a run for its money in terms of popularity until its subsequent merger in 1976. One reason for this being, the ABA had players like Dr. J and Moses Malone, who brought a flair and modern twist to basketball that made the game more entertaining for casual viewers.
What was the movie's name with Tropic? No, is it something Tropic? Blazing Tropic Thunder? Something. I can't remember, but it was a basketball team. And it was the ABA they were in, right?
Something that was unheard of in the NBA at that point, who on the other hand, had centered their league around the more robust and stoic Hall of Fame big man Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who no doubt was and still is by far one of the best NBA players we've ever seen. My point being, the ABA had the flashiness factor on its side, while the NBA, not so much. This was far from the NBA's only problem, however, but it was one that was apparent for years prior, and one that was hindering the NBA from growing as much as it eventually would. That was until Magic Johnson and Larry Bird entered the league, however.
Okay.
With a lot of basketball historians and fans credit for saving the NBA itself. This is how Magic Johnson and Larry Bird saved the NBA.
Picture. Bro, ads, bro.
Do you want a new voice?
No, nigga. Don't.
Voice.
All right, man. I know I got to get ad block. I'm sorry, dog. Ooh.
It's TBK. Coming out of what was a 4-year finals rivalry between the reigning champion Golden State Warriors and underdog LeBron-led Cleveland Cavaliers, NBA fans today are all too familiar with what an NBA rivalry feels like. Even though, to say the least, this was a rivalry heavily favored to one side.
Got him. Ooh,
but even if you weren't immersed in what was an entertaining battle over the last couple of years between Steph with Golden State and LeBron with Cleveland, you'd be sure to at least remember one of these rivalries between the early and late 2000s Lakers and Spurs, the Kobe-led Lakers and the Big Three in Boston, or even to take it back a bit further,
can we really call hold on, bro. Can we really call that a Big Three? The Celtics, that wasn't a Big Three. They had Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Garnett, fucking Rondo, and I said Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo, Garnett. I'm missing somebody. Ray Allen, Garnett. Damn, it's right on the tip of my tongue too. Was it just those four? Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Garnett. Yeah, my fault. I said 4. So it was those 4. They did have Big Baby Davis later, but I'm not gonna consider him a perennial all-star. So
late 90s.
Yeah.
But all of these are superseded by what is easily the greatest rivalry in the NBA. Nay, dare I say, the greatest rivalry in sports history. The Ali and Fraser showdown of the basketball world.
Yes,
the
sir.
creme de la creme of basketball bouts. This
the
is, of
king
course,
of passing
the
himself,
rivalry of
Mr.
Magic
Larry
Johnson
Bird.
and Larry Bird, and how it inevitably saved the NBA.
Got him.
Now, before even making the foreseeable leap to the NBA, Larry and Magic's rivalry would begin its long culmination as early as
Got
college.
him. Yeah,
Magic
bro.
attending Michigan State
I want to see
and
that.
Bird,
I'm gonna have
Indiana
to check
State.
that out, bro. That was.
They would compete against
I
each
heard
other
it was
for
a
the
good
first
game,
time
so
in the
I gotta check it
1979
out. If y'all got a
NCAA
link to it,
championship
leave that. Put that link
game.
in
A
the
game that is
description,
still
bro.
regarded to this day
'Cause I wanna
as
see
the
that.
biggest in its respect, and one of the most televised non-Super Bowl sporting events in history. Being the most watched basketball game of any caliber up until 2009, with an estimated audience of 40 million people and 19 million households, a number that saw a 20% increase from the previous year. The Larry Bird-led Sycamores came into this championship game undefeated with a 33-0 record, while Magic Spartans were seen as a slight underdog with a still impressive 25-6 record, after going down in a 3-point upset to the eventual 78 NCAA winners, Kentucky. Carrying this chip on his shoulder from his narrow loss the previous year, Magic would pull through and dominate the Sycamores, handing them their first and final loss of the season, dropping 24 points on 8 of 15 shooting.
Ooh.
More importantly, he unknowingly established the groundwork for what would be known as the greatest rivalry in the NBA. Fast forward to the day of the 1979 draft, and we see one very standout name amongst an otherwise lackluster NBA draft: Magic Johnson. Now you might be thinking, what about Larry Bird? Didn't he just finish college the same year as Magic did? Well, Larry was actually picked up the year prior by the Boston Celtics with the 6th overall pick, but decided to withhold signing with the team and played out his final season with Indiana, which would only add to this rivalry.
I didn't even know you could
as
do
both
that.
players came into the league together, fresh off a battle in the NCAA finals. Before I go any further though, I need to put some context into the state of the
that's
NBA
money.
at the time of their respective entries, because put simply, it was a train wreck. The NBA had been having a rampant problem with players and drugs, specifically cocaine, dating as far back as the 70s or even earlier.
See, but the thing with that is, weren't we just getting out with World War? So, I mean, the drugs was big when they got back, bro. It was everywhere, bro. It was on every corner, every section of the world. Like, I can't blame them on
Stated in a
that.
Washington
I can,
Post
but I'm
article
not
from
gonna blame them.
1980. Although there are no reliable figures of the use of cocaine by players, estimates by people in the game range from 40% to 75%, with perhaps as many as 10% getting high with freebase. Another quote saying,
What the hell is freebase?
"There is not a team in the league you can confidently say does not have a drug problem," said Frank Layden, general manager of the Utah Jazz. "Every team could benefit from a rehabilitation program. I had 2 drug cases out of 11 players last year." It was a problem not only affecting the NBA, but had
Bro, I
a
would've
reach in the
been-
wider society,
Like, I'm paying
which
y'all
just
out
happened
here
to
doing
overlap
drugs?
with the league.
Come on, man.
Quotes like these helped lay an identity that the league was a drug-riddled league that was on a downward spiral and out of control, which didn't help the perception the public held on the league. Paired with the fact that NBA had little to no marketable players, barring a few like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because players like Dr. J and Moses Malone had been snatched up by their competitor league, the ABA. League interest was at an all-time low. The league just needed, for lack of a better word, excitement.
Yeah, bro.
Most of the marketable teams were not winning championships. In fact, that was probably the one good thing that can probably be said about the 70s, which was there was definitive parity. More parity than NBA had seen before
look at
and
that.
probably after.
He
8
used-
different
he
teams
used
would
his
go on to
finger.
win an NBA championship between 1970 and 1979. But still,
The Baltimore
the NBA was
Bullets.
missing a rivalry.
Baltimore
A rivalry that
Bullets,
could hold its own against the caliber of the Jerry West and Bill Russell era. The NBA needed a duo like Magic and Bird, a pair that through a rivalry could bring a spark back to the NBA and give it a long-awaited boost it had been dying for.
That hook.
It needed to be able to compete and thrive in the ever-growing
What is he
sports
doing?
market. And I think the fact that Magic and Bird moved from one level to another hand in hand without a substantial time gap gave it that boost it needed.
Is he gonna hit it? Wet like
People were
water.
captivated by what they'd seen with a showdown from the
Bro, look at
NCAA
that
tournament
pass,
the year
boy.
before,
Money.
and they were hungry for more.
Look at that.
Well,
Over the head. Yeah.
People wouldn't have to wait long for what they were asking for. No sooner than both their sophomore years, Bird and Magic would again face each other on the biggest stage. This time, the NBA Finals in 1981. But believe it or not everyone would have the luxury of watching these finals, as the NBA still hadn't recognized the importance
Boy,
of
Magic
live
is
broadcasts
crazy,
at
bro.
this point. leaving the majority of their playoff
Bro.
and regular season games on tape delay.
Honestly, man, look. So I did do a video about a week ago on Larry Bird and just how crazy he was, bro. I'm actually gonna put a little pin right up here at the top, bro. So if y'all want to hit that and check that video out too, make sure y'all do. But man, yeah. Hey, look. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, they need a Mount Rushmore. You feel me? A basketball, like the Hall of Fame of Hall of Fames. I'm not saying you gotta be, you know, like cold as hell, but when it comes to stuff like this, they need a like a Hall of Fame of Hall of Fames. That's what type of player they are. You know, that's all I'm saying. Like, well, we can put all athletes a Hall of Fame of Hall of Fames.
Pretty much means the games were
filmed,
filmed, but not streamed live on TV, and were played at a later date. As at the time,
I feel like I'm
major
not making no
television
sense with that, but
broadcaster
somebody will
CBS
understand what I'm
had
saying.
the rights
I'm
to
pretty
all
sure.
NBA games, and didn't see the value in broadcasting NBA games live due to poor television ratings.
Look at that.
Allocating the tape-delayed games to the 11:30 viewing slot after receiving the worst TV ratings for an NBA season thus far. And depending on where you were watching the NBA
Bird
Finals
got
in 1981,
the passes.
it
Magic
wasn't
make it look
guaranteed
easy,
it wouldn't
though.
be on tape delay either, having only 2 of the 6 finals games live to all viewers across the nation.
Got him.
But to those lucky enough to witness the showdown of these historic teams live, it would be one they'd never forget, as Larry Bird exacted his revenge and secured his first NBA championship over NCAA
so
and
Larry
now
got the
NBA
first one.
rival Magic Johnson
So he got
and
the
the
first
Los
one.
Angeles
Okay.
Lakers in a
I never knew
6-game
who had the
series,
first one, so now I know
cementing
Larry
the
got the
rivalry
first one.
even deeper now. It was just a perfect series of events you just couldn't make up, even down to the teams they were drafted by. Bird representing Boston, a predominantly blue-collar city. Magic and his flashy charisma, fitting in like a snug glove in the big lights and glamour of LA. They were on
Showtime.
2 polar opposite sides of the spectrum, and the media loved it. It allowed a storyline to be created. One of many, I should say. I mean, take your pick. West Coast versus East Coast. Glam versus hard work.
Hit him in the eye.
Not to mention it didn't hurt that Bird was
smashed
white,
him.
playing in Boston. A city with a history of racial intolerance. And it certainly helped.
Hey.
And Magic was in Los Angeles, one of the most diverse cities in the nation. The Lakers would go on to have a continuous back and forth battle in the NBA for the better part of the decade, favoring the Lakers 2-1 in the
what?
finals until 1990,
I said at the end,
when
I ain't
neither
worried
team
about
would
it.
be
It's
involved in the
something. I said
NBA
at the end.
finals. And over this time period, a lot had changed in the landscape of the NBA. Tape delay was rolled out as of 1986, as the soaring popularity in the Bird-Magic rivalry
Ooh.
made CBS revise their time slots allocated to the NBA, and broadcast more finals games live to the majority of the country.
Oh, look at that pass.
David Stern had taken over in 1984 as the commissioner,
Yeah.
and began adjusting to the
that's
times
so
with fresh
beautiful.
ideas to roll into a more modern era of the NBA from the aging Larry O'Brien.
Okay. Oh,
But the
yeah.
most
That,
important thing that was
bro,
established
that pass still.
was the NBA
Bro, tell me
had
that pass
founded-
don't give you chills. Look at that pass, bro. Look at that pass. Tell me that pass don't give you chills, bro. He looking the whole
Brian.
different direction.
But the most important thing that was established was the NBA had found its first stars. Yes, we can admit, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, all those guys were all amazing players. I'll give credit where it's due. But Magic and Bird were in the right place at the right time. In an age where TV was becoming ever increasingly popular,
Yes, sir.
the Magic and Bird rivalry encapsulated what it meant to be must-watch TV. The going back and forth of games, series, and championships. The bad blood the team shared, and the history. The history of it all
Oh, yeah.
was like watching a TV soap
Got
drama
him in the air.
unfold.
Ooh, he
Episode
broke
by
him.
episode, and you really
see how
didn't
he
know what
landed?
was coming next. Both teams had their own storyline. The flash and charismatic bravado of LA versus the hard-nosed, hard-working blue-collar attitude of Boston. It was a meeting of 2 sides, 2 ideologies,
Yo, them boys
and
in
2
Boston play
lifestyles.
different, man.
TV ratings rose to an all-time high during the 80s. Unprecedented and
Boston
unseen
dudes
thus
fight
far in the
just because
history
it's
of
a
the
Thursday,
NBA.
like real talk.
Through the battle of 2 powerhouses and the Magic-led Lakers and Bird-led Celtics, the NBA was able to bounce back from its lowest slump in 1981 to begin a revitalized and ever-growing ascent into the league it is today. Although Magic Jordan was responsible for taking the NBA to an even greater plateau, Magic and Bird set the groundwork
he
for
said
Jordan,
Magic Jordan.
Kobe, LeBron, and even
Magic
Curry
Johnson.
to all grow in a league which incentivizes and encourages the representation of its most marketable players.
Yup.
As at the end of the day, views equals money for the NBA.
Okay.
And I don't think the NBA could say no to another LeBron-type caliber player knocking on their door tomorrow.
Bruh. All right, man. We're going to talk about
And
that
as
too.
always,
I'm going to say something
thanks
about
for
that.
watching.
All right, man. Hold on. Let me get back right here. All right, bro. Look, check this out. I don't think Zion Williamson is that raw, bro. I'm be real with you. I just don't think he's that raw, bro. He's not a player that I'm just like head over heels like, oh, I gotta have him on my team to win a championship. I feel like he's gonna be another Anthony Davis where he links up with another great player, and then that's when he'll really, you know, take off. But on that Larry Bird and Magic rivalry, bro, I wish it would have had more of like their gameplay footage in it. It didn't. It was good, but I feel like I didn't get all of it. I did get to understand how they saved it, you know, because there was no presence of a actual NBA star. And with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson both coming in at the same time, it not only brought the hardworking blue collar people into the stadium, but it also brought the flashy and the bedazzled and the over the top would you call them workers or living people? You brought them in too. So it really mixed two of the best worlds and put it in the same melting pot, and that's what you got. You got something that was magical and really led to where we are today. So I really give them props about what they did there, man. That's just amazing. I'm glad that they saved the NBA, because without the NBA or the ABA, I think I wouldn't know exactly how I would have became a better man, because basketball was the reason I really focused and got myself together, was because of playing the sports. If they didn't make me play the sports, I wouldn't have been where I'm at today. So I take really paid homage to that. But what I was trying to say earlier about the Hall of Fame, it's not just for basketball players. It's for all players. If you're a football player and you change the league profoundly in a way where it not only represented the NFL, but it made other worldly things change, like how they were talking about, okay, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, when they started playing and they actually played the playoffs and the finals, it skyrocketed the viewership. So the ABC and everybody else had to change around their plans because they see this is where the money at. That's what I'm talking about. A Hall of Fame. And that's what I would love to see, man. But, bro, make sure y'all leave me a like, man. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your notifications on. This is one of 3 videos coming out today. So I hope y'all guys are really ready for what's going on, man. I'm going to get up out of here. LT is out. Peace.